Excellency, the Special Envoy on Technology, Ambassador Philip Thigo. I can see it's not very comfortable being called Excellency. Our Deputy Government Spokesperson, Bwana Gabriel Muthuma, our Secretary ICT, e-Government, Madam Mary Kerema, representatives from the private sector, esteemed development partners, our representatives from the civil society and academia, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning once again. Yeah, I can see your faces are glowing. My name once again is Gilbert Matura. I am the Director for Smart Government Department under the Office of Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service in the Executive Office of the President. And I want to take this time to sincerely welcome each one of you to this Smart Government Summit, and to thank you again very sincerely for honoring our invitation to come here so that we can all have a conversation on the digital transformation of this country. Let me take 2 or 3 minutes just to tell you who we are. Smart Government Department is established under the Office of Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service. It is deliberately established in that office under the presidency, signaling a high commitment of government to advance the digital transformation of this country. Our mandate as smart government is compelling and very clear. One is to coordinate and promote the automation of government services, ensuring a comprehensive digital transformation for Kenya. We have 4 core functions, and one of them is what brings us all here today: to consult, to collaborate, and to partner with development partners, with civil society, with private sector, with other government institutions to discuss on the way to advance the digital transformation agenda forward. Secondly, is to accelerate government service automation. This department, the Smart Government Department, has a responsibility and duty to catalyze and champion digital initiatives in government. We are all aware that technology keeps on changing. And if we do not implement these initiatives in time, some of these technologies become obsolete. And therefore, it is our responsibility as a department to ensure that whatever initiatives government sets out to do are implemented within time so that we can implement them in the right time. Another one is continuous improvement and modernization of smart government services. We are currently in collaboration with the ICT Ministry, and I'm glad our ICT Secretary on e-Government is here. We are embarking on mapping out all digital platforms that are available across government, and also to know what services the government has already put in place for the citizens of Kenya. And therefore, again, it is our responsibility to ensure that we modernize these services, we integrate new technologies, artificial intelligence, data analytics, and any other emerging technology so that we can improve the service delivery for the people. Another one is establishing design standards and governance frameworks for digital services. We understand we have several frameworks, legal frameworks, policies in place that govern the use of digital platforms and the services we give to the people. it is our duty, again, in collaboration with the Ministry of ICT, to ensure that these services continuously and periodically are reviewed so that they align themselves with the ever-changing technologies. We have some ongoing engagements, collaborative engagements, and initiatives we are doing as smart government. And one of them is what I've said that we are doing in collaboration with the Ministry of ICT, mapping of all government digital services and digital platforms. We want to know how many services have so far been developed, what are their functionalities, what challenges are these digital platforms having, and by so doing, we will be able to remove the overlaps, and maybe going forward, and that is our discussion with the Ministry of ICT, any ministry, department, or agency which would want to develop a system may have to apply it online and have to be approved. If we have systems that have already been developed, they will adopt that based on their needs, or we can embed modules on those already existing digital platforms so that we remove the challenge of duplication of these roles. Another thing we are doing is with the, in collaboration again with Ministry of ICT and Kenya School of Government, and this is of interest to this forum, and it's about the digital skilling of the public workforce. This is a critical aspect in implementation of digital transformation in our country. Digital skilling, training, capacity building for public service is very critical if we are to implement the digital transformation agenda. And therefore, we have embarked on developing a curriculum for training all public servants across MDAs. And I'm sure that is an interest, again, in this forum, because we want to upskill them, we want to train, we want to capacitate them to be able to adopt the new technologies that government is doing. Another thing is digitization of government records. You all know recently, the president issued a directive that all government records be digitized to pave way for a paperless government. And therefore, the government has started embarking on that. We are already reviewing our policies. We are already looking into the processes and re-engineering them so that we can be able to implement the digitization of government records. We are also doing the review of existing policies and standards and legal frameworks so that they also conform with the ever-changing technology. And therefore, that is, in a brief, what smart government stands for. I know this is a new department, and not everybody is aware of the existence of smart government department under the presidency, its mandate, and therefore, I think this was a good forum for us to stand before you and say who we are and what our mandate is. And therefore, I truly again want to thank all of you for coming. This, I know, is going to be a great insightful engagement between the private sector and our development partners. Government senior officials, I know, are represented here from different ministries and agencies across government. And therefore, we are going to have an opportunity to put our minds together so that we bring whatever specialities and what we are good at, we put it on the table and see how we can put our efforts together and drive the agenda forward. I want to thank you very much and karibuni tena. Asante.